I am on the Jersey Shore with an incredible view of the Delaware Bay behind me, and I think that's the Cape May Lewis ferry. So down in Cape May, New Jersey, where my in-laws live, and have the joy of getting to walk on the beach when we get to visit. I want to talk today about momentum, what it is, zeroing ourselves out, and the power of momentum. At some point, we all lose momentum in life. Gaining momentum, I think we have experienced it in different ways, but it's very easy to lose momentum in business and relationships and life. And what do you do when you lose that momentum? How do you kind of jumpstart and regain that momentum? I was really struck by a metaphor recently of how we can zero ourselves out and the momentum that we've gained in different areas of life and business. Now, my mom has made incredible progress recently. I think the last 3.5 years, she has been using the Duolingo app and learning French. She has some sort of winning streak that is like, about 1,200 days or something. And so nonstop, without fail, for this period of time, like 1,200 days, she has invested in learning French. She has practiced her French using this app. And so she has a streak, and every day is counted. Now, if she misses a day, she starts back at 0. And it doesn't matter how high that number climbs, when you miss a day, it goes back to 0. And I was struck recently by this metaphor of how we can so easily zero ourselves out in life and lose momentum. And for many of us, when you go back to 0, it's really hard to start again, or you might be able to build some momentum back. But maybe you lose that winning streak that you've had, and it can be really hard to just not only jumpstart, but to regain that momentum. And so I've been pondering this for different reasons. I felt like I zeroed myself out in regard to this channel recently. I had spent months, days, weeks, months building, working toward my goals with this, and there was a combination of things that happened this summer. I was trying some new styles of videos and learning a lot. But at some point, I can't remember, in mid-August, I ended up losing an incredible amount of data. Most of the recorded footage that I had from our 100-day, 10,000-mile road trip this summer. And other than some stuff on my phone that I might be able to use, basically I realized I thought I was backing things up, and I had made an error, and I wasn't. And so the external hard drives I was working with failed. And so it was so frustrating. And with all the other stuff in life, I just it just took the breath and the wind out of my sails. And starting back, regaining momentum has just been crappy. It's been, there's lots of other things I could do with my time. We have 3 businesses. And so, you really have to come back when you get zeroed out and go, why am I doing this? What is the reason? What's my motivation? And for me, the motivation has been, one, building legacy. It's been on my heart for years to build a library of resources for our boys as they grow, so that we can impart the wisdom. If anything, God forbid, happened to my husband and I, I would want to be able to pass on the wisdom that we've gained through the years to our boys. And so, one, it was just personal for legacy in that regard. 2, I feel like I'm in the business of hope constantly, and encouraging people and challenging them. And so I just have been impressed that the conversations that I have one-on-one with people and in groups would be just multiplied many times over if I were to do them in video format and upload them, and just, extend my reach. And my heart is to impact lives. And I just know that I I remember somebody gave me an example years ago when I was traveling, and this wonderful friend, mentor, just gave me the encouragement that she saw me as somebody who carried hope around in my suitcase. Now, I didn't even have a suitcase. I was traveling with a backpack, but the metaphor stuck. And I have just held on to that for years and really pondered, is that me? Do I want to be that person? And yeah, it is me. I do want to be that person, because I've been in so many situations where a word in the right moment, an encouraging letter, a friendly face, a hug, a touch on the arm was like a lifeline, and it changed my life. And so I've had my share of struggles and had many dark days of different sorts, health challenges and financial challenges and relationship challenges. I mean, I know what loneliness is. I know what financial deprivation is. I know what it is to struggle with a disease, and I just know that hope can make all the difference. And so, yeah, that's one of my motivations for this. But in getting zeroed out, how do you regain momentum? How do you start again? And, it goes all the way back to the beginning of why I even started this channel, and the one little thing that provoked me. I started this sharing my journey in health in one regard of making changes in my life, but the strategy and the way that I was doing it was based on mini habits, and a mini habit being just one little thing that you do every day, so minute, but you're watering that dream. You're watering the change that you want, the transformation in your life. And so, nothing will change in our lives unless we make that change ourselves. Nothing will become different, and our lives will continue in whatever mediocrity or insanity or however you see your life. It's going to continue the same unless there's change made. And we all want dramatic, big change, and it seems easy, and that does happen, but it takes some major shock value usually to have crazy big change. And we aren't motivated unless there's a huge amount of pain or a lot of pleasure. But to make the change that will transform your life on a daily basis when you get out of bed every day is going to come in the little things, in the mini habits, the micro habits, the tiny changes that you make. And so, this video is about momentum, regaining momentum, what it takes to restart when you have failed, when you have struggled, when you've zeroed yourself out. And there is no magic wand. There's no magic pill to take. It simply means starting again. And of course, there's different metaphors to look at our dreams. I mean, there are some that you don't need to do every single day. If a plant would die if you watered it every day, unless it was made for the rainforest. But I guess that's a video for another day, considering all the different metaphors of our dreams. Some dreams might only need to be watered once a week. Some dreams are going to need to be watered a couple times a week. And there are some things, and for most of us, when we're beginning to make that change, we have to do that daily. We have to rebuild that momentum and stop zeroing ourselves out. And so I applaud my mom for her winning streak. It's impressive, it's motivational, and here I am again in a little way. It doesn't mean I'm going to be uploading videos every day, but the action that I'm going to be taking to just regaining momentum and just reinvesting and building, I am committed to building this YouTube channel, not based on visitors and numbers and views or subscribers, but one of the number one priorities I have is to build a library for our children to share the wisdom that we've gained. And I hope there's more people that will find value in it than our boys one day. I hope that it's multiplied. And yes, that's the cream and the icing on the cake, so to speak. But I'm committed to taking those steps and building that momentum again and starting today No matter how many days it's been, no matter how I zeroed myself out, this is a new start. And it can be a brand new start for you, wherever you're at.